Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Episode number 393, Drink Until You podcast, the only podcast that lasts until the last drop. How the hell is your Sunday going? How the hell was your week? I'm a little worn down, man. We had a game night last night, and we went pretty hard, dude. It was a lot of fun. I won the only game played last night called 6 Die. And that's basically like kind of a bad combination for a game to play at a party while you're having fun because it involves math. But it was still a lot of fun, and I got the victory there. So yeah, now I'm adding that to my game night resume. 2-time Uno champ, 1-time 6 Die champ. And I'm only so excited about it, if I have any friends that were at the get-together listening, I'm not trying to rub it in. The only reason I'm excited about it is, the first 6 months we did game night, I couldn't sniff a win. No matter what game we played, I just could not get a win. Answering questions wrong, I couldn't win any game we played. So since those last couple of Uno games, and then last night, the game we played last night, I'm on a little hot streak here. Granted, it had been probably a good, 5-6 months since we all did a game night. But it's that good feeling of now I'm sitting around the house today. We had a blast last night. I'm not exactly full of energy, but I feel satisfied. You know what I mean? That was just such a great time. I'm ready to go do it again and hang out with the crew. So yeah, I'm not rubbing it in. I suffered without a victory for so long. It was not fun. I tend to get a little competitive, I'm not overly competitive where I'm going to call you a bitch to your face if I don't win, you know what I mean? I'm not that bad, but, it's nice to win. I'm not going to lie. It's nice to win. And I got a victory last night, so we'll take it anytime. One of the most epic 5 Die games, and I actually came across the scorecard for it the other night. We got the crew together. This one was at my old apartment, and it was one of the most epic games. This was the first time I had ever shown the group, this game, how to play and how to, score points, and you have to get 500 to get in and 10,000 to win and all this and that. And so naturally, the first time we ever played, I'm just kicking everybody's ass. I'm in first place the entire game because I kind of have a little more of a concept of what's going on, and as it goes around the table, as we're taking turns, I am advising my friends on what to do, their options. You could either keep what you got or try to roll again and get more. You either need a 1 or a 5, just advising and saying what I would do, or what a good strategy is. So it's not like I'm just being a douche about it. I'm trying to help them win. And just even with all that, all my help, I'm still just kicking the shit out of everybody. I mean, it's just, I'm running away with the thing. And it's the last roll of the game. Like I said, you got to get 10,000 to win the game. If you go over 10,000, it's not a big deal. You want to go over 10,000 as much as possible on your final roll. So that way the next, everybody will get one last chance to try to beat your score. That way you're just kind of distancing yourself. You got enough points to where they're going to have to come up with a hell of a roll to beat you at the end, on their last roll. So that's precisely what happens. I go over 10,000 points. I'm at 12,000, which was my last roll of the game, which was super incredible. I was like, holy crap, I got this in the bag, no problem. And here comes Sean. I've mentioned, I don't think Sean's ever been on the podcast before, but I've definitely mentioned him, guitar player for Cashing In. Sean does his last roll, and he's about at 9,000 something on his last roll. I'm at 12. I can't roll anymore. I've ended the game. I'm supposedly first place. And Sean goes on the most incredible tear of rolls. So basically, like, just to kind of give a little Cliff Notes version, if you use all the die, there's 6 of them. If you use all of them and you scored points on all of the die, you get to pick them all up again and roll all 6 of them again. Then you have to take out 1, keep those points, take out the next time you roll, take out 1 at least, keep those points. So he did like 3 different resets, is what I like to call them, where he got all 6 dice back, and he came back and he beat me. The last roll of the game, I mean, it was one of the most incredible. I've played this game a lot with multiple, just different groups or whatever, but I've never seen anyone come back like that and he won the game. I still have the game written on a notepad I have here. And I'm always going to keep it because that was like, dude, I was so like, I don't want to say cocky, but I was very confident. I was like, there's no way they're going to win this game. And Sean, just out of nowhere, last roll of the game. And I think he still ended up beating me by like $2,000 or something like that. So he's at 9 and he ends up at like 13 or 14,000 something. And I'm thinking, I got 11 or 12,000. I'm like, there's no way anybody's going to come back and beat me. And sure enough, he did. But that's pretty much a summary of how our game nights went. Like, dude, if we did trivia, I sucked at it. If we played Uno, we played Uno multiple times before I won. I never won. I was the guy ending up with 50 cards in my hand. So yeah, it's nice to go on a little winning streak here. Did I say what I'm drinking already? I got a White Claw. What flavor is this? This is I can't even read that. Lime. Wow, 4 letters. I couldn't read 4 letters. That's the intelligence I bring to this podcast every single week that I think you guys should appreciate and take notice of. So yeah, I'm drinking a White Claw Lime, but I've also made a little mixy mix drink over here as well. White Claw is in the blue can, the Surge, 8% alcohol by volume. But I've also poured half of this can over ice, over tequila, and I just kind of made myself a little makeshift cocktail here. So 7 minutes in, almost 8 minutes in, let's go ahead and have our first drink. If you got them, drink them, bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. I'm drinking the can first, in case you care. Cheers. If I don't spill it. And I'm sitting here watching a little bit of NASCAR. Last I checked in, Blaney actually in second place, Christopher Bell in fourth place. I'm sure it's changed. They got like 100-something laps to go. But right now I got flipped on the Rangers at Mariners. This being a huge series for both teams. I think the Mariners are 1 game ahead. They beat us. It's a 4-game series. They beat us the first 2. We beat them last night. This is the... Uh-oh. That's a home run. That's not good. Yeah, if we beat them tonight, then, we're just tied again. And all the while, the team we're chasing, the Houston Astros, have just been on a skid. I forget who they lost to the series before, but I don't think they're doing too hot against Boston. I think they won the first game. They lost the second game. I haven't checked in on the third game. So this series that I'm watching now, Rangers and Mariners, is just crucial. 100th career home run, first player in MLB history with 4 straight 2020 seasons to start career, Julio Rodriguez. And dude, I gotta say, just watching this series and these couple of games I've seen, dude, the Mariners are really fun to watch. Even as a Rangers fan, that first game of the series, they walked it off. And it was just, even though it wasn't my team winning, of course I want my Rangers to win. But even though it wasn't my team winning, it was still fun to, watch the Mariners in their stadium walk off a crucial game, and have their celebration and everything. Obviously, they know the Texas Rangers are in their way, so to walk it off against us is a huge deal. The stadium was going crazy. The players were having fun. You know, the little lady that comes up and like interviews the players after the game, you know, the star player of the game, she got doused in Gatorade or water or whatever was in the jug. It was just a good time. I like the trident. You know, if someone does good, hits a home run or something, they get to hold the trident and they kind of like going into the dugout, hold it up for the crowd, and the crowd's like, oh my God, we love you guys, you know, or whatever. But it was fun to watch, dude. Like that's the thing about it. When I'm watching sports, it's like, even if my team doesn't lose, like obviously if it's a playoff game, it's going to make me a little more upset than usual. But like a regular season important game and they walk it off, it's like, dude, it sucks we didn't win, but I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? Like, they're having fun. They're playing well. I mean, that's been the issue for us, for the Rangers, is the Mariners, dude. They're really playing well. I mean, offensively, defensively, it's like it's all coming together. And they're fun to watch. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, like they're just fun to watch. Detroit, the Tigers, as you know, I've been keeping an eye on them. They've been a lot of fun. You know, with the Tigers, it just seems like their offense, it's just like, you know, sometimes pitching will let them down. The other night, the bullpen let them down. And but their bats, I mean, they're alive. It seems like every time I flip on the Tigers game, it's like there's a 2-run home run or a 3-run home run coming from the Tigers end, and it's like they're a lot of fun to watch, you know. So and they are playing the Phillies, which I really need them to beat the Phillies in the series, because I do have a friend who's a Phillies fan, and I need to be able to go and like talk shit to him. You know what I mean? So I'm on the verge. If Detroit got the win today, I'm definitely going in tomorrow talking shit, because the Phillies lost. I think the Phillies lost the series to the White Sox, which is, I mean, you know, White Sox are they're not good, to put it simply. And so now if they lose to Detroit, who I feel is a good team, you know, it'll be like, you know, I'll have a little bit of ground to stand on. But yeah, I have to go look at the standings. I'm not really sure what happened today. All the last games of the series, they're going to be early. And with how much fun we had last night at game night, I definitely slept in. I definitely did not wake up until like 1 o'clock, which was amazing. And yeah, just a great time. But let's go ahead and have another drink. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. Let's see, a couple of little small segments here. In the WNBA, and it's happened twice now since I've made this note, but people keep throwing like neon green dildos on the court during the WNBA games. Like some of the ladies' faces after they hear what was thrown on the court. And it's like, I think that's a little too far. You know, I'm not a WNBA fan. I don't ever see myself becoming a WNBA fan. And, you know, they get razzed all the time. Like, I've written jokes before making fun of the WNBA and posted it on Twitter, you know, multiple times. It's like they always take a razzing. But I think the dildo on the court multiple times now is a little too much. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even sure what to make of that statement of someone doing that. And someone online said, how are they sneaking them into the stadium? It's like, dude, like, they're not made of metal. It's not going to go off if you run it through a metal detector. You know what I mean? It's obviously in someone's purse or bag or something. And it's like, I'm sure they look through, but they're not like digging their hand all the way to the bottom to be sure there's not a dildo in there, you know? But yeah, so there's some trolling going on there. For sure. I think that's a little too far. Like, words are one thing. You want to talk shit. You want to make fun of them. But now you're like disrupting the game. You know, it always reminds me of being a kid and going to like Dallas Stars games. And dude, some of our greatest battles were against the Detroit Red Wings. Like, I knew as a kid, if you're going to a Dallas Stars Detroit Red Wings game that night, you can expect some kind of fireworks. Like, the teams did not like each other. They did not get along. They were always just doing things to piss each other off. It was, for my money, back then they used to say the San Jose Sharks were like one of our rivals. I didn't see it that way. I always saw Detroit as one of our rivals because, like I said, I saw multiple Dallas Stars Detroit Red Wings games in Reunion Arena, and it was always tense. Always tense. I tell this story all the time. I'll never forget. I can't remember the goalie they had. It might have been Osgood. It might have been, who knows, a backup maybe that game. But one of our players' sticks like fell out of his hands. He had to like keep going with the play, which eventually moved down to the Dallas Stars into the ice. But our player's stick was still down by their goalie. Well, so all the refs and all the players and everybody's just looking down at the other end of the rink because that's where the play is at. And we got a guy out there with no stick, and their goalie took the stick. He picked it up off the ice and he took his skate and he stepped on the stick and like twisted the stick and snapped it. And the people that were behind him and were like looking at him, watching him do. I mean, like, dude, the boos rained down out of the stands. Like, that was just such an ugly, dirty move. You know, it's like, it's not even hurting the player. It's just going to cost him money to replace that stick, so everybody's like booing. So when the reason I'm bringing this up is when these tense games are happening, there were sometimes, we didn't win the game and, or they would go up by 2 goals and it's like 5 minutes left and the fans would get super frustrated, and start throwing shit onto the ice and beer cups and napkins and nachos and just throwing everything. And I remember the announcer getting on the intercom and being like, Dallas Stars fans, if you continue to litter the ice, it will, cause your team to forfeit this game. And, sometimes people are like, we don't give a fuck, we're already losing, they keep throwing shit. They never made us forfeit, but they were basically like, you need to stop doing that. So I was thinking about that when it came to the WNBA, and it's like, how funny would it be? And maybe this is the plan. How funny would it be if they lost a game via dildo? You know what I mean? Like, fans won't stop throwing them onto the court, therefore the home team gets punished and loses. That would be a first. That's never happened. Come on. In any sport, maybe I should be asking Google this. I'm actually going to talk to Google while I'm asking this question on the podcast. Has any home sports team ever been made to forfeit a game due to dildos being thrown onto the field / court? Field / court. Let's see what the answer is. While the throwing of objects, including dildos, onto the field / court has caused games to be delayed or even fans ejected and banned, there's no record of a team being made to forfeit a game solely due to dildos being thrown. Isn't the internet amazing? You can type in any phrase. I love how it starts in the case of throwing dildos onto the court. Like, is this Google right now? This is wild. It's like, it answered me like that was a completely normal question. You know what I mean? That's the scary part. So like I said, there's been no recorded history of a game ever being forfeited due to dildos. So maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. I honestly, like, I love making fun of the WNBA as much as the next guy does. But the disruption of the game, I think that's just too far. Like, let them do their thing, you know? Yeah, that's one of the headlines going on currently. Here's another headline. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to read. Well, no, I guess I have to talk about it. I read this headline the other day, and this makes perfect sense. Like, if you're in the art world, or I guess even if you're not in the art world, it just seems like you can just do anything on a canvas and it's considered art. You know what I mean? Like, you can leave a dog turd on a canvas and somebody will walk by and be like, oh my God, that's amazing. That's such an amazing statement. You know, like, they make up something in their head that gives it meaning. You know what I mean? But this is a first. I've never seen this before. The headline reads, Italian artist sold invisible sculpture for $18,000. And it's like, I want to be like, oh, I can't believe that. But you know what? I can believe that. I can believe that someone convinced someone else that this was like a special piece of art and they bought it for $18,000. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. People, listeners, we're in the wrong field. He sold air for $18,000. You know what I mean? Like, and the funny thing is, when I looked up the picture, I guess it was the artist. Like, the sculpture has a base, like a platform where the sculpture can stand on. And he's like next to that platform base, and he's like putting his hand up to where the sculpture would be, and like pretending like something was there. It's like, yeah, it's a man on a horse. Don't you see it? I'm touching the horse's neck right now. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, there's nothing there. And that's the thing about it. And when you get to that world, it's like, if you find a buyer that literally buys into the bullshit you're telling them, they're going to buy it. This is such a unique piece, one of a kind, and you'll never find this anywhere else. Yeah, because it's nothing. You're buying nothing. It just blew me away. But, you know, like I said, I wanted to be like, I can't believe somebody would do that. But in all reality, I can believe that. I can believe the artist, A, has the audacity to try to sell something invisible. And I can believe also, B, that there's someone fucking stupid enough out there to buy it for $18,000. I mean, I guess if you reach a certain level of wealth, you're just like, yeah, whatever, $18,000, I wipe my ass with $18,000. You know what I mean? Like, money becomes just like, it's nothing. You can be frivolous, you know? But yeah, an invisible sculpture sold for $18,000. I couldn't believe it. I can believe it, but I also can't believe it. So yeah, there's the WNBA headline. There's the Italian artist headline. The only last headline that I wrote down was like, am I the only one who really doesn't give a shit about the Sydney Sweeney advertisement? Like, don't get me wrong, she's a great looking woman, but she's not, I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying I wouldn't roll around in the hay with her, but it's like, she's not the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like, she's good looking, don't get me wrong, but it's like, what is all the controversy about? I don't get it. She was in jeans, like in a denim jacket or something. Maybe her side boob was hanging out. I don't even know if I saw the actual picture, but I just don't give a fuck. I don't care about a Sydney. I've shopped at American Eagle once when I was like a freshman in high school because I thought that was the cool thing. And it's like my mom bought me one shirt because it was like, there's $60 a shirt. Like, we can go to Walmart and get you 3 for that price. You know what I mean? Like, it just, and I was never into fashion. I happened to find a shirt that I liked in American Eagle while we were looking in there. So we bought it. But I've never been a fashionista kind of guy. I'm a jeans and t-shirt and tennis shoes kind of guy. So like when they're doing all this extra shit to do advertising and to get like and pay those ridiculous prices. You're only a fool if you pay those ridiculous prices. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to pay what American Eagle wants me to pay for their clothes. Maybe I've outgrown that. You know, like I said, in high school when I was younger, yeah, I was a lot more impressionable. Of course I wanted to fit in. You know, I wanted to wear an American Eagle shirt. I never had any Hollister. We spent a lot of time in Hot Topic. I love the band t-shirts, of course. But yeah, I don't really give a shit who who they have on the cover. It's like, I don't understand why other people give a shit so much. You know what I mean? Like, what does their advertisement do to you? You know, like, it's just like offensive. It's like, at that point, just don't watch it. Don't buy it. That's it. The end. You win. You know, you win at that point. You're winning the game. You didn't buy into their bullshit. You're not watching the advertisements. You're good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It just seems like people want to be outraged over anything. And I don't really understand why her advertisement caused such outrage. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just out of the loop, whatever. But I could never imagine an advertisement I see on TV offending me. You know what I mean? Like, it's either, ooh, I like that, or I don't like that, and I'm never buying that product. Shit. The Mariners hit another home run. You know that old school Mariners symbol, like the 3 prongs pointed down with the handle like pointed up? That looks like such a middle finger to me. And I wonder if they did that on purpose. It totally looks like a hand shooting you the finger. Let's see what the score is here now. Seattle 5, Texas 3. Yeah, we got to win this game today. Let's flip it over and check on the races. We'll have another drink. But yeah, there's some headlines. I don't get the big deal about the advertisement. Whatever. I don't really give a shit. Normally I would ask you guys, hey, write me if you know what is don't write me at all, because I don't give a shit what's going on. I just want to talk about it. I just wanted to see if I'm alone in not caring about that stuff, because I really don't. Like, it doesn't. They could have had fucking, I don't know, name anybody, name any celebrity. They could have had Willie Nelson doing an American Eagle advertisement in a thong. I wouldn't give a fuck. I don't care. Who gives a shit? It's just a clothing brand. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's crazy. Let's go ahead and have another drink. Cheers. My boy Bowman's doing good. Bowman's in 7th. He's one of my drivers. Blaney's in 2nd. And Bell's struggling a little bit. He's in 14th or 17th. I couldn't see. So go ahead and have another drink. All right, on to our little cocktail we made here. Let's go ahead and sip some off the top. Oh, that's pretty good. Not too bad. I can definitely taste the tequila. That's the thing that saved me today. Is last night I didn't have any liquor, so I'm good there. A couple weeks ago, after my Thirsty Thursday karaoke night, me carrying on, dude, I opened the freezer because I keep my coffee in the freezer, like my coffee grounds in the freezer to keep them fresh or whatever. But I opened the freezer and I saw the tequila like rolling around in there. And it just made me just like physically feel like if I smell that, I'm gonna throw up. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really go two nights. I can't anyway. I can't go 2 nights in a row like I used to drinking. But luckily I didn't have any liquor last night, so I'm good. Yeah, what else? NFL's coming up. Let's go Cowboys, of course. You know I'm always going to root for you, even though I'm really irritated with them. I heard Micah Parsons requested a trade. I mean, it's probably the smartest thing he could do. He knows the deal. He knows he needs to get out. He knows Jerry ain't trying to win any championships. It's all about the money. And I'm sure he wants to be on a championship team, and I don't blame him for that. Trust me, as a Cowboys fan, I want a championship team too. It's not going to happen under Jerry. It's just not. He can say and do and sell whatever he wants and blow smoke up your ass on the fan every fucking weekend, but it's not going to happen. It's just not. They're just too disjointed. You know what I mean? You get people that are firing on different cylinders, not quite on the same page. I mean, it's just going to be a mess, man. We're going to be the laughing stock of the NFL again, I'm sure. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Not confident in Dak at all, even though he's like, after the Eagles won their championship, he's like, now it's our turn. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sure he's a nice man. I really feel he is a nice human being. Like, he's a good person, but like saying shit like that is like, dude, you can't even get the first round of the playoffs, dude. Like, you can't get past that. You're not. I don't know. The delusion is real. Just having the name the Dallas Cowboys, nobody's gonna fucking bow down to you. You know what I mean? Like, and if anything, I've said this many times over the years, if anything, having the name the Dallas Cowboys actually hurts you because it is such a big name and, known for championships and stuff. And but you'll get that last place team in the league and they'll play you like it's the championship of that game and they'll usually end up beating you. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of works against them in some ways because everybody wants to beat the Cowboys. Every other team wants to say, we beat the Cowboys this season. It is what it is, So yeah, football coming up. We'll have some baseball playoffs. I mean, hockey is right around the corner too. I'm pumped for that. What else did we have to talk about? I think that was pretty much it. I'm going to have to down this little cocktail I made. I'll tell you something funny I've been doing. And I think this is a life hack. I think we have it backwards. I've been sleeping, like when you go to, make your bed or whatever, I've been sleeping in the fitted sheet. And I've been putting the flat sheet like on the bed itself, you know what I mean? And I love it, to be honest with you. Like, I really do. Like, I think we might have gotten it wrong. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Any fitted sheet you've ever put on your bed, I mean, it's going to come off, one way or another, elastic or not. So you're always going to have to remake the bed, but it's like, okay, but if you put the flat sheet on there and it comes undone, you're going to have to remake the bed also. The only difference is wearing the fitted sheet while you're sleeping, it's like it tucks your feet in, or you can have one foot tucked in, the other one outside of the sheet. You can wrap it around your shoulders, or if it's not wrapped around your shoulders, you can kind of have it sitting on your chest. Still keeps you nice and warm. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm changed. I am a changed man. I've started sleeping this way. And I started thinking about it. It's like, dude, we've been doing it wrong the whole time, I think. Like, imagine if there was, like, during the winter, if there was a fitted, like, warm, fuzzy blanket. Like, that would be the best. It would wrap you in, like, a cocoon of warmth. The flat sheets are cool, but it's like if you kick your feet up or something, it's like that little lip of the flat sheet will just like not be on your body. You'll be catching a draft. It's like the fitted sheet. You don't have to worry about that. You put your body in the elastic. You can do it like on your back, kind of like a turtle shell, like around your feet, or you can do it like over your front, and you wrap it around a shoulder if you're laying on your side. I don't know. I'm trying to get my friends into it, and I've been telling them about it, but nobody's on the fitted sheet gang yet, and I don't think I'm converting anybody. But I'm all about it, dude. It feels silly. I feel like a baby. You know what I mean? Like I'm being swaddled every night, but it's like I don't. I don't have to worry about the sheet on top of me. You know what I mean? So like during the summertime, obviously it's hotter outside. You want to use a sheet, but during the wintertime, you get a fitted, warm, like fleece blanket or something, you know, and you can put elastic in any kind of blanket. Dude, I think that's my new thing. You know, and I think, to be honest with you, we got it wrong. We've been doing it wrong for a lot of years. Yeah, I don't know. That's just been my thing. And like the more I talk to my friends about it, it's like I'm trying to get support and everybody's just laughing at me. They're like, "You sleep in the fitted sheet? Fucking psycho." It's like, "No, but it's better. Let me tell you how it's better." But anyways, let's go ahead and have our last sips here. I might actually have to pause for this because I do have a lot of glass left. Let's go ahead and try. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. Oh my God. That's so cold on my teeth. All right, a little bit more here. Whew. Oh yeah, I'm feeling that burn of that tequila going down. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. As always, don't drink and drive. Treat yourself to an Uber. Treat yourself to a Lyft. Treat yourself to a DoorDash, a Waymo if it's in your area, an Uber Eats. Just don't drink and drive. It's not worth it. It's not safe. I'm going to be on Twitch, the rest of this weekend. Follow my YouTube page, man. I'm putting up a lot more clips of little video games I'm playing and stuff. It's been a lot of fun. Follow me on Twitch so you can join along in the games, or you can just watch. Sometimes I'll do shot for shot drinking game, which is pretty much when I play Rocket League. If I get a shot on goal, you take a shot at home. But yeah, follow me on Twitch for updates, on Twitter at Drink Until You. Follow me on YouTube, Drink Until You podcast YouTube page, for some clips. And yeah, just be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. I will talk to you all next week. I love you. Bye.